It's almost the weekend. I'm being facetious. We still got 2 more days left. I want a weekend. Hi, kids. It's Thursday, 26th day of March, 2026. I am Dan Kuntz, your host. It's going to be a beautiful weekend, by the way. Spring will be busting out all over. A lot of sunshine today, a little chilly. We're not going barely 50. That's below normal. We got some cool air that's seeped down, going to hang around today. Close to normal with bountiful sunshine Friday. Gobs of the gooey good stuff on Saturday, maybe a little bit cooler. Friday looks to be the warmest day of the extended period, but things are looking pretty good if you like sunny weather, and I think most people do. Just a theory I've picked up over my 61 years of being around. Weather is coming up. News, yes, sports, opening day for the Mariners. I got the Jay Buhner and Ichiro bobblehead dolls here on the desk. The Mariners will take on the Guardians, who were a good team. Remember, Guardians made the playoffs last year. They only won 2 less games than the Mariners did. But here we go. I checked this morning. I went, did a lot of research, a lot of typing, looking around. And as of this morning, the 2 local cable carriers are not going to have Mariner baseball on. Now, that may change, but looks like Mariners.tv is about the only way you're going to be able to watch it. I buy the MLB subscription every year. It was $150 this year, but you get to watch any game that's out of market, so at least I think I'm okay. We'll talk about the Mariners, we'll talk about the Kraken, and really cool event's going to be happening on Saturday, May 9th at the rec center at the campus at Wenatchee Valley College. He's coming back to town again. He's come to town on a number of occasions. I'm talking about Kenny Mayne. Spent 27 years as an anchor at ESPN. Went to Wenatchee Valley College, played quarterback for Sandy Cooprider back in the 1970s. It's a big fundraiser for the Wenatchee Valley College Athletic Department. They need a little help, they need a little love, and they need it from you. And Kenny is going to be the headliner. He's going to do some comedy. He's got a film to show. There's going to be a silent auction, entertainment, and a splendid time will be had by all. So right now, go on your Google Calendar and go to May 9th and just mark it. It's an event you don't want to miss. We talked to Kenny via Zoom at his home in Connecticut. We'll have that for you in the back half of the program. Let's see what it looks like out here, and it looks pretty darn good. Sun's been up for a little while now, 6:51 this morning. Sunset tonight, 7:22. 12 hours and 31 minutes of daylight. We go over the 12.5-hour mark of daylight today. An additional 3 minutes and 25 seconds. We hit 58, by the way, on Wednesday, and the low was 35, which is almost just about normal for this time of the year. We are under the influence of high pressure. It's off the Pacific coast, but it's big enough that it's giving us quite a bit of sunshine. That is the Stein Hill camera, looking back towards Dryden, and beyond that Besheston, and beyond that Leavenworth, and beyond that Winton, and beyond that Coles Corner, and beyond that Stevens Pass, and beyond that Index, and beyond that Barron, you know. Anyway, that's the Stein Hill camera pointed up the upper valley as opposed to turning around 180 degrees, and we see Kashmir. Camera 3 is Leavenworth. The aforementioned Leavenworth. Don't see a bit of snow up there. Usually there's still snow in the very higher elevations, especially on the north-facing slopes around the Leavenworth area. It is cooler. They don't get as much direct sunlight, but I don't see anything that looks snow-like to me. Let's see if we go up to McNeil Canyon and see what kind of snow we can see just at the very peaks of the hills high above Lake Chelan, which is what you see there. It'll be a while before they start filling up the bathtub. But they got, whoa, bird there. Hope it didn't hurt itself. That's from high atop McNeil Canyon, peeking over the hills into the beautiful Lake Chelan area and the Chelan Valley. We have no slides to show for you. Let's jump right to it. Sunshine today and high of about 50. It's going to be beautiful. Nice day. That's cool. It's 34 right now. We got down to 30 earlier in the day. So that's fine. I got no problems with that. Chilly again tonight, 32 for the overnight low with mostly clear skies. Sunshine, that's about an 80% sunshine, 20% cloud situation on Friday with a high of 55. We do it again Saturday with warmer still, high of 60. Slightly cooler on Sunday. They were thinking that maybe we might have a few more clouds on Sunday. Now the National Weather Service says Sunday looks pretty sunny indeed. I mean, look at that forecast. Nothing wrong with that. A few clouds on Monday, slightly cooler, high of 54, and then things get a little unsettled. in our region beginning basically Tuesday night of next week. And by the way, your forecast brought to you by our friends at Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee. It's where comfort care and community come together. And they do it well. Going to take a break and come back with your news. You're watching a Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
At Colonial Vista Senior Living, we believe life is meant to be lived fully. Our wellness programs inspire residents to stay strong, flexible, and confident every day. Here, curiosity is encouraged, friendships are nurtured, and every activity is an opportunity to connect, create, and enjoy life together. We invite you to experience the lifestyle at Colonial Vista Senior Living for yourself and discover why so many call our community home.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. It's 34 degrees, sunshine, but cool. We're only going to get to 50 and then mid-50s with sunshine on Friday, lower 60s on Saturday, a little bit cooler on Sunday. Outside of really Monday, we're going to have quite a bit of sunshine for the next 7 or so days. It's 8 minutes after the hour. In Phoenix, Arizona, trial is set to begin next week for the Wenatchee man who was charged with murder. George W. Crater Jr. arrested in 2024 for allegedly killing a tenant, Thomas Galatola, who had fallen behind on rent for a suburban house that Crater's family owned in the Phoenix suburb of Sun City. Maricopa County authorities say Crater bound Galatola with zip ties, threatened him with death, cut him with a knife, and bludgeoned him. The victim died of his injuries 10 days later. Crater is now 63 years old, and he worked as a heavy equipment operator for Chelan County Public Works until he was arrested. An Arizona grand jury indicted him on charges of first-degree murder, kidnapping, burglary, and aggravated assault. He's been held in the Maricopa County Jail ever since. This week, prosecutors told us jury selection for Crater's trial was set to begin yesterday. Opening statements are scheduled for Monday. It's expected that testimony in the case could go on for up to 4 weeks. An East Wenatchee man who previously pled guilty to domestic violence was arrested for allegedly breaking into a home to confront his prior victim. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies say 44-year-old Kent Daniel Christensen burglarized the house in the 9,000 block of Nahum Canyon Road. This happened early Saturday morning to confront the former partner that he assaulted last year in Douglas County. The woman told deputies she woke up at about 3 a.m. Saturday morning to find Christensen standing in her bedroom. Her landlord intervened and ejected Christensen from the residence. Deputies later arrested him at his home in East Wenatchee. They're seeking charges of first-degree burglary and felony stalking. Christensen remains held in the Chelan County Jail. The Community for the Advancement of Family Education celebrated the opening of its new building Tuesday afternoon. Right here in Wenatchee, community leaders were on hand, state officials were on hand for the ceremony. The new location comes after more than 20 years of work in the community that was started by the founders of Cafe, Alma and Jorge Chacon. Before they were able to purchase their building at 620 Lewis Street, Cafe was located nearby at 209 Lewis Street inside a converted residence. We had a chance to speak with Tanya Chacon, who's the executive director of the nonprofit, about what this means for Cafe.
Well, I mean, it started with a dream. Both of my parents really just wanted to make sure that our community had a space to feel comfortable. And so now we are in this next phase, and not many people, not many organizations, not many nonprofits get to have their own building that they own. So it's a momentous occasion, and we're so excited to be able to just be here for the community, continue to grow, expand our services and our programs. And I mean, it's just the first stepping stone. So I think that there's much more to do, and the team that we have right now is just so amazing. And they're just always wanting to be out in the community. They love outreach. They love driving. I don't know how they love it so much, but they do. And I think that's just the passion. The passion in our team really keeps the work going forward. So we're really excited to continue growing.
Uno, dos, tres. Okay, we're elected official.
We knew that we had a need for something bigger, especially when bringing community in there. We needed a bigger space for just tutoring, ESL classes, digital literacy classes. And I think that's the one thing that was our driving force. I think our team wanted a little bit more space too, but I think that once we have this space, we were just going to continue to grow. And I think that having more opportunities for our partners to come and really make those partnerships a lot more stronger, we're able to really continue to grow in that capacity as well. We can only do so much, and we don't ever like to reinvent the wheel, so we're all about partnerships and growth, and how can we support other organizations as well.
The State Department of Natural Resources partners with Cafe to work in the community to help make the community resilient from wildfires and help protect the community from smoke. We provide grant funds to Cafe that they use in community-based programs to do home assessments and help keep homes safe from wildfire. And we also provide opportunities for young people to learn about careers in natural resources. This new building represents the fact that Cafe is not only growing, they are thriving and building stronger partnerships and building trust in this community. So the Department of Natural Resources plans to continue to partner with Cafe so that their work can grow and be successful.
This space is allowing us to continue to build our partnerships. And then, I mean, we've recently just moved over to the Yakima area. So we had 2 of our team members here from Yakima. And so it's just really nice to see that growth. And then we're just trying to see where else we can go, where the community needs us. I'm just really excited. I mean, the team, as you've gotten to meet, they're just so amazing and so passionate. And the empathy in them really just makes it that much more impactful on our community. So I'm just excited to see where we go and see how many more people that we can support.
Next week, the City of East Wenatchee will begin construction at the intersection of 8th Street Northeast and North Kentucky. They're going to turn into a 4-way stop. The intersection currently only has stop signs for traffic on 8th Street, but the work scheduled to begin Monday will add stop signs for motorists traveling on Kentucky as well. The project should be completed the same day, but may cause some minor delays. Temporary white strips will be installed along North Kentucky Avenue in advance of the new stop sign to help alert drivers that you're going to have to stop now. Message boards will also be placed to provide additional early warnings. The Chelan City Council is losing a member due to health reasons. Mark Eriks has been serving on the council since he was appointed in 2022. He gave notice on Tuesday at the meeting of the council that he is leaving. He's lived in Chelan since 2016. He previously served as a state legislator and a police chief in Western Washington. Chelan Mayor Aaron McCardle says Eriks' time on the council has been valuable. Applicants to fill the vacancy created by his departure must be reviewed by the City Council of Chelan and an appointment voted into place within 90 days. Governor Bob Ferguson last week signed 2 bills passed through the legislature by State Representative Tom Dent. The Moses Lake Republican joined the governor for the signing ceremony in Yakima on Friday. Dent's 2 bills helped ensure aircraft remain available for fighting wildfires in our state, and also streamlining the state law and state land and timber sales carried out by the Department of Natural Resources. Dent's colleague in the Senate, Judy Warnick, joined the ceremony for the signing of her last sponsor bill. The Republican senator from District 13 will retire when her term ends at the end of this year. And Lake Wenatchee Fire District has a new chief. Steve Foley is now in command of the Lake Wenatchee Fire and Rescue Operation. He took over from retiring Chief Dave Walker. The fire and EMS crew, which serves the Lake Wenatchee Plain and surrounding areas, they held a ceremony on Tuesday welcoming Foley to the job after years spent as its deputy chief of operations. Walker stepped down from the chief's role after serving since 2020. And that is What the Heck is Going On Around Here. At quarter after the hour, a program originally entitled What the Heck is Going On Around Here, subsequently changed to the news. Glad we did that. The evening news tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock right here on the NCW Life channel. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock on television, or as we like to say in the business, television. It's also going to be on YouTube. If you got Roku, we're in. You got Apple TV, we're in. You got that Amazon Fire HDMI sticker thingamajigger in the back of your TV, we're on that too. And if you have a news tip, send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. Trident's up. Let's play baseball. Mariners begin the quest to take it all tonight. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
This March, Lake Chelan welcomes food and wine lovers to an unforgettable experience. Taste Chelan. Chelan Valley's top wineries and restaurants create the perfect pairing of fine wines and culinary delights. With 4 weekends to explore, every visit offers something fresh and exciting. From your first sip to the last bite, every moment is a delicious adventure. But don't wait, tickets are selling fast. Visit tastechelan.com today. Somewhere behind these doors is a family member, often alone, taking care of a loved one with Alzheimer's or some other disability, or providing care for a loved one who is not ill but only aging and no longer able to care for themselves. In the field of caregiving, this is the home front. For the home is where most Americans will live out their last days. Contact Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington for a variety of services including caregiving, meals, and medication help.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
18 minutes after the hour, it is opening day for the Seattle Mariners. Here we go, folks. Trident's up. The Mariners will be hosting the Cleveland Guardians tonight at T-Mobile Park. Just a quick little refresher. Last year, Seattle went 90-72 overall. They were 51-30 at home last year. Cleveland had an 88-74 record overall. They went 43-38 on the road. In the playoffs, of course, the Guardians lost to the Tigers in the wild card round 2-1. The Mariners advanced all the way to the American League Championship Series before they lost to the Blue Jays in 7 games. It's the final year also for play-by-play voice of the Mariners, Rick Riz, who narrated this year's hype video.
You know, the game is magical because baseball is theater. In theater, you have a stage. In baseball, you have a diamond. In theater, you have a director. In baseball, we have a manager. In theater, there's actors. In baseball, you got the players. In theater, you have an audience. And in baseball, you have the fans. In theater, the curtain rises. In baseball, the gates open and the ballpark comes alive. In theater, there's a script. In baseball, there's no script, and that's what I love about it. Take your seats. The show is about to begin.
And again, as of this morning at about 6:30 when I checked, the two local cable providers of the Wenatchee Valley, Localtel and Charter Spectrum, will not be carrying Mariner baseball, but that could change. So your only option tonight is either subscribe to MLB.com or Mariners.TV. First pitch is at 7:10. Seattle Kraken have lost 4 in a row. If they want to make the Stanley Cup playoffs, they got to get busy, and unfortunately they take on the Tampa Bay Lightning this afternoon, and Tampa Bay is good. Tampa Bay is 21-12-0 at home, and they are 44-21-5 overall. The Lightning are 38-7-1 when they score at least 3 goals. Seattle is 14-15-5 on the road. 31-29-10 overall. The Kraken have gone 29-7-4 when they score at least 3 goals. The puck will drop at 4 on Kong TV. Prep baseball, pretty light schedule today. Usually is on Thursdays. It'll get a lot busier tomorrow and into the weekend. Brewsters at Omak at 4 o'clock for a single game. Manson will host Cascade at 4:30. Prep softball schedule, doubleheader for the Quincy Jackrabbits. They're heading down to Othello, the gateway to Pasco. That's a doubleheader at 3:30. Brewster and Omak, 4 o'clock start there. Manson will welcome Cascade. You notice Brewster and Omak and Cascade and Manson, both the baseball and the softball schedules are the same because they share the same bus. Makes sense to me. And prep soccer schedule, Warden will be at Kashmir in a league match at 6 o'clock. Also at 6 o'clock, Cascade will host Omak. Afreda will be having Wapato come to town. And under the lights at 7 o'clock tonight, it's Liberty Bell and Manson, and those are just some of the games that people are playing. I actually wasted a piece of paper to print up today's obscure holiday. First of all, it's National Wear a Hat Day. I'm not a big hat wearer, never have been, although I know a number of people I've never seen without wearing a hat. Today is also National Spinach Day, but no, today is Make Up Your Own Holiday Day today. I mean, all the obscure holidays, for that matter, are made up. They don't actually exist. I mean, there are holidays that we occasionally talk about, official holidays, federal holidays, state holidays, what have you. Most of the holidays on this little segment are just somebody made them up and I found them. But today is, you get to create your own holiday day today. So it's all up to you. Use your imagination. And whatever it is, according to my producer, it is International Go Home from Work Day today. There you go. I'm digging that. It's, I got a show to do. 24 minutes after the hour today in history. There they are, the 1917 Stanley Cup champions, the Seattle Metropolitans. They beat the Canadiens of Montreal 9-1 in the 5th and deciding game to win the Stanley Cup. Seattle defeating Montreal to become the first United States team to win the Cup. It was also the first Stanley Cup final to be played in the United States. Because of travel restrictions, All the games were played in Seattle. No games were played in Montreal, and this was the last Stanley Cup final where neither team, the Canadiens nor the Metropolitans, were actually members of the National Hockey League. Congratulations to them. Until this date in 1934, in the United Kingdom anyway, and really anywhere in the world, to get a driver's license, all you had to do was go down and get a driver's license. There was no test. There was no, can you competently operate an automobile? Do you know what the signs mean? Do you know the rules of the road? All you had to do is go get one. And the United Kingdom said, no, we probably should at least have minimum requirements. So there it is, the very first driver's license ever. 000001. Before this date, all you had to do was physically be able to operate an automobile. And then they said, nope, you have to also pass a test to show you can drive an automobile. And this, as you might imagine, caught on. So if driver's licenses have an anniversary, it's today, 92 years ago today. They say this is the most important collegiate basketball game ever played, and may very well have been the most important collegiate basketball game ever played. Monday night, March 26, 1979, Magic Johnson and the Michigan State Spartans defeat Larry Bird and the undefeated Indiana State Sycamores 75-64 in Salt Lake City to win the NCAA Division I basketball championship game. This remains, to this day, the highest rated television broadcast of any basketball game in this country's history. It wasn't much of a game, but everybody watched it back in 1979. This is the front page of the Seattle Times on this date in 1976, where they opened the Kingdome. The Kingdome opened for business on this date in 1976, and 24 years to the day after it opened, they blew it up. Here's the footage. Here we go. This will be fun. They blew it up just 24 years after it opened. It's funny, you think it would have lasted longer. You think it did last longer than 24 years, but that was it. The entire length of the Kingdome, just 24 years, and that was it. The Kingdome remains, to this day, the only arena to host the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. They did that in 1979, the NBA All-Star Game in 1987, and the Pro Bowl. The only arena to host those three games. By the way, King County finally paid off the bonds used to build and renovate the Kingdome. They paid off the bonds in 2015, 15 years after they blew it up. A lot of people miss the Kingdome. I got great memories of the Kingdome, but I don't really miss it that much, just the memories. Heavenly birthday today, Sandra Day O'Connor, the first female Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court, the first female justice of any kind of the United States Supreme Court, the 91st. She was replaced Potter Stewart in 1981, retired from public life after being diagnosed with Alzheimer's. She died a couple of years ago at the age of 93. Her big cause after she left the court was to try to convince as many people as possible that all judges in all jurisdictions across the board should be appointed and not elected. She thought having judges run for office was unseemly for the job. Bob Woodward is 83 years old today, along with his partner Carl Bernstein. Wrote the most important pieces of journalism this country has ever seen. They broke open the Watergate scandal. If it wasn't for Woodward and Bernstein, they may have gotten away with it. For all we know, he's written a gazillion books. They're all good. Bob Woodward is 83 years old today. And Steven Tyler is 78. Steven Tyler is 78 years old today. Somebody should probably tell him. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. New logo, same great service, same great staff, same great products. Hey, you don't want to screw around with your HVAC system. You want your house cool in the summer and warm in the winter, and by golly, you might as well call Alpine Air and get the job done. We had a great conversation with Kenny Mayne, the great Kenny Mayne, Zoom. He was in his home in Connecticut. I was here in Studio 7 here in downtown Wenatchee, Washington. Kenny is coming to town on May 9th to help out the Wenatchee Valley College Athletic Department. It's going to be a great night of entertainment and frivolity. That's coming up. But first things first, Joe the dog is in dog jail. Let's bail him out. It's Pause for Pets.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, shelter manager. And today I have with me Joe, and Joe has his ball. Joe is about 6 years old. He's a German Shepherd, really a beautiful example of one. He's about 100 pounds, but maybe because of his size, he's really, really polite. He doesn't jump on us. He knows where he is, where his weight is in time and space. So he's really wonderfully gentle with everyone. Yeah, he's very aware of himself. We got Joe about 2 weeks ago as part of a big dog transfer we did from a fellow rescue in Othello. He just wasn't getting any eyes on him there, despite being a wonderful dog, and so we wanted to help out. So somebody in Wenatchee needs this boy. Yeah, they do. Joe is just as gentle and sweet as they come. He loves his walks. He loves spending time with people. He's really smart. He knows a lot of things. Yeah. He's really great at sit. He'll do it before you even ask. He's really good at lay down. He'll stay when you tell him. He knows a lot of things, and he's really treat motivated, so I know that he could learn a lot more too. And he absolutely loves playing fetch. The ball is his favorite thing. Sometimes if there's no ball around, he has been known to grab a big rock and want you to throw that for him, which we don't, but he's very enthusiastic about the idea. Yeah, there you are. We don't know if he's good with cats because he came in as a stray with our partner, and we don't have them here for that. With other dogs, he's good at coexisting with them. He doesn't really have any close friends, but he's not bad with dogs either. He just kind of wants to chill and do his own thing. He prefers people. Yeah. But if you do have a dog, we always encourage that you bring them with you, and so the dogs can meet, make sure they're a good fit too. Joe is also on our doggy date program. So if you want to just take him out for the day to see if he's a good fit for your family, you are welcome to do that. He'll go for a hike, or maybe even to a coffee shop. Yeah. But it's so good for him to get out regardless, even if you're not looking to adopt. He would love to go on a date with you. Maybe to the park to throw his ball. So if you're interested in meeting our Joe, we're open 7 days a week now from 12:30 to 6, and we would love to introduce you.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
A kitchen that makes mouths water and jaws drop. A bedroom from a dream with a bath from a spa. A walk-in you'd never want to walk out of. A pool like the fountain of youth. And a view that never gets old. When buying or selling a home of the highest standards, it's comforting to be represented by a real estate company with standards to match. Coldwell Banker Global Luxury. Live well with Coldwell.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. No, I've heard a rumor that, I guess it's true, that the Major League Baseball is going to start using robots to call balls and strikes. Well, yeah, I want to say that anything that will stop us from having to yell at umpires for lousy calls, anything that will stop managers from storming from the dugout to argue, chest bump, and kick dirt on the shoes of umpires, and anything that will eliminate players' benches clearing and rhubarb starting in the field, delaying the game, and anything that will stop players and managers from being tossed from the game should never be used. Come on, this is baseball, people. What are they thinking? This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life Channel.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
Saturday, May 9th is a red letter day for the Wenatchee Valley College Athletic Department. One of the most illustrious alumni of that fine educational organization is coming back here to the big city to help out the Wenatchee Valley College Athletic Department. Kenny Mayne will be in town on Saturday, May 9th to bring his warmth, his wit, and his movie with him. And he joins me now via Zoom from, I don't know where the hell you are, Kenny. I should have asked that.
I'm in Connecticut. It's a long story, but I got remarried. I'm mostly in Connecticut. I'm often in Seattle. And our last daughter, of the 4 we each had 2, the last daughter's in college in New York City. Right now she has mono. She's in the back gray room. But yeah, so we got 4 girls all over the country: Miami, LA, Seattle, and New York.
So if you're in Connecticut, do you stop by Bristol every once in a while and see your old cohorts, or have you been in that building since 2021?
I've been there a couple times. I actually showed a little clip of the wiffle ball movie that you have, and we're pretending we already aired it, or it really already happened. I don't know what happened because we're taping this, but yeah, they helped me with that. I did something else. I can't remember what the other thing I did, but I stay in contact with a lot of my good friends. We play golf together. We send funny notes together just like we did in the old days, but I haven't been there as far as working there for like 4 years.
Well, you were there for 26, 27 years at ESPN. For in this line of work, that's a lifetime. Do you miss it at all? I mean, do you miss the grind, or do you enjoy a little bit more of the free time you're getting now?
I don't miss the grind. I miss the hour. You know, I miss a no-hitter happening and we're on the air 2 minutes later, or Steph Curry hits a 3 and they went to overtime. You know, I miss all that, the action. I still, you know, I think I'm able to do similarly by doing the things I am doing now. We have a podcast that's taped, but we do some live things. You know, we're having fun doing that. It's called We Need a Fourth. It's with Cooper Manning and Kevin from The Office, Brian Baumgartner. So that's filling some of my time. And I have like 20 failed projects I could talk about, but we'll stick with what's working.
So did we have a mutual friend, Sandy Cooprider, Coop, affectionately known to one and all. He was your coach. He's been a friend of mine for 100 years. Did he reach out to you? How did this whole thing for May 9th come together to get you back here in Wenatchee Valley?
He ordered me to do something, essentially. That's how Sandy operates. Just, Kenny, you have to do this. That's how he starts. And why wouldn't I? You know, coming out of high school, I was, you know, I could throw okay, but I was like, you know, 140 pounds or something. And I needed time to kind of develop and get my chance to go play somewhere else. So I ended up going to Wenatchee, and Sandy was the coach. And, you know, really appreciate all my time there. I'm still good friends with a bunch of the guys I played with. Still have an affection for the town. And he just said, look, we need to raise some more money. Athletics, you know, aren't being supported as well as they need to be to get these kids a chance to play and stay in school. That's half the thing for a lot of kids. And so I said, yeah, how can I help? And he was saying, we need to figure out something. Let's just do a one-night fundraiser. And I said, well, I have something of minor interest. I can show up and do my little show that I've done a few times in Las Vegas and New York City, and I show my movie called Wiffle Ball. And if that's enough for you, then, you know, that's what I can bring. So hopefully people like it, and it's a way to kind of warm the audience and then maybe start, you know, selling some auction items additionally. You were here in the big city, 77, 78. You're 2 years out of, I believe, Kent is where you came from. You came here, you played football. What are your specific memories of playing for Coach Cooprider in the Apple Bowl back in the day? He seemed really young, and maybe he was. Like, I don't even know how much older he is than I am, but no, his energy. And I'll tell you what, of all the quotes, my favorite quote ever is by a horse race trainer called Nick Zito. And his horses had never won the Belmont, and he was getting criticized. You always finish second, you know, and how disappointing. And he said, look, you can't even lose if you don't enter. Like, what a great philosophy. And I've really lived my life that way anyway. I'm always shooting for the moon. I fail all the time. I try the next person and see if they say yes. But Sandy gave my second favorite quote ever. And he knew a lot of us thought we were better than junior college, right? We belong here, and we, you know, everybody had attitude, right? And he recognized it, and he kind of put it back to us, and he said, look, but you're here right now. So wherever you are, make where that is your big time. And care. It's just like when people have a job and they want to move to a different job, you still have to do well at the job you have, right? You have to excel at that. And it really stuck with me, and I think it changed a lot of the way we approach things, and we took it very seriously. We wanted to improve. We wanted to be a team. And I've held that quote and that moment my whole life since. If you're not where you are, you're nowhere, I guess, is basically. That's pretty true. So he wanted some help. I said, I have this little movie I made, and then additionally I made up sort of a stand-up that precedes showing the movie. So basically I'm telling my childhood stories that set the table to watch this movie that essentially was born from my childhood. And 1989, Ken Griffey as a rookie and I threw wiffle balls, and I had this tape 30 odd years later, and I found it, you know, it's in the basement, wherever, and then we had to figure, well, what happened that day? So it's sort of a story about a day in the life, my love of wiffle ball, you know, my affection for Griffey and all he did for Seattle, and hopefully people think it's fun. So you played a couple of years at Wenatchee Valley. Your impact was so huge that the program doesn't exist anymore. But you did get some kudos. You got some All-American honors. What did you get, and do you still have it? Was it a trophy or something? What do you have? Some kind of plaque. I have my little sports memorabilia room at my place in Seattle. I was just going through that the other day. You know, all the times that I've been able to come back and do things that help the school, and I wish I had done more. I've been living back east most of the time. It's always important to me because I really did gain a great deal from getting to go to Wenatchee for those couple of years. I matured a little bit, physically at least, and then I got my chance to go play at Division I after that. I didn't play that much, but I got to go to school for free. But it was really born from getting the opportunity at Wenatchee. I was always bummed that they killed junior college football in the Northwest. That's a number of years ago now, and I realize it's expensive, but there really are so many benefits from athletics. In some cases, you're helping people move on to the next school, like in my case. Other cases, kids might not go to college at all, if not for the sport they love, right? It helps with their education and just the community of it all. People coming out and supporting the team, the community within the school. Like there's so many good benefits from whatever sport, not just football. And so if we raise a couple dollars at this May 9th event and it benefits some of the kids just a little bit, then we've done a good thing.
Well, you mentioned already that it's been nearly 50 years since you played football at Wenatchee Valley College, and you're still in touch with some of your teammates from 50 years ago.
For sure. I mean, I played against my best friend. He played at Yakima at the time, and he just passed away, Mark Sansevier. So think of him and his family. It was an opportunity at the time where there were some other schools that were interested, but I had my sights on higher level, and going through Wenatchee was the ticket for me. But yeah, I've kept close association with a whole bunch of them, and Sandy, my old coach, we talk now and then, and here he was saying, we're going to do this good thing. I need you to help some way. We're rallying some of the other guys. John Gregg, who played for the Sonics eventually, he was a great basketball player at Wenatchee. George Foster was with me. Daryl Bell, Gribbles, I can name a bunch of other names. We're going to try to get everybody to show up and do something good for Wenatchee.
Sandy has a tendency to do that. Sandy gets into your psyche, and he doesn't go away. That's the one thing I noticed about Coop. He's always there somewhere.
Yeah, and he doing this just, like another act, of service, to help the school and the community that he cared about all these years. So I think it's great. I'm glad we threw something together, and it's always one of those things where you don't know how much help you're going to get, how much are we going to raise, but whatever it was is going to be more than had we not done it, right? Like you got to go out and try. I have a foundation because I wrecked my ankle at UNLV, and we raise money and we buy these devices for veterans who need them, who have ankles as bad or worse than mine. And I remember at my first event, it was such a small crowd. I was so disappointed. And Jamal Crawford came and helped that day, and he was like, hey, keep doing little good things, and it'll turn into something bigger, and it has. So it's the same with an operation like this.
This wiffle ball movie that you did with Ken Griffey Jr. back in 1989, people are going to go, that sounds cool, and they're going to Google it, and they're not going to be able to find it, are they? So if they really want to see this movie, they want to come on the 9th, right?
Yeah, I'm hopeful. I remain hopeful of trying to package this and sell the whole show as a TV show. It's easier said than done. But yeah, I've done kind of like live performances of this now. This will be like my 7th or 8th because I've done film festivals. We did a fundraiser for Run Freely, the organization I was talking about. I did 2 shows in Las Vegas, 1 in New York City. So that's why it was on my mind, like, well, what can I do besides just go up there and beg for money? How about we put on a little song and dance? Hopefully people like it, and it makes the night even more fun than just showing up to support the school.
Sandy is a hard person to say no to. Weinstein Beverage is on board. Brendan Dragoo, Dragoo Financial is on board. Smitty's Pancake House. A bunch of sponsors are on board. They want you to buy a table. Individual tickets will go on sale early in the month of April. You're going to be able to spend any significant amount of time here in Wenatchee, Kenny, or are you flying in, flying out, and off to your next adventure?
I'll be coming from Los Angeles because Cooper and Kevin from the office and I are playing in a Netflix has a big event. We get to play in their tournament. Then I'll come up to Seattle. I got some business to do. I'm going to try to stay long enough to get a game of golf in, maybe the morning of. But I hope to see some old friends while I'm there, and then hope to do some good for the school.
There's a lot of really nice new golf courses that you're not familiar with in our area, and big greens, big fairways. You like those, I'm sure.
Yeah, when we first started our show last summer, we got to fly to Scotland and play the Old Course and Jubilee and the Castle Course. That was a pretty good way to kick off. So I'm happy to play golf anywhere. I was just talking about this. I don't belong anywhere. I mostly just play with friends at whatever the Muni that's open that day. But it is fun going to the elite courses now and then. I've been to Gamble Sands, a little north of you.
Yes, great golf course.
And they had a new one up there, I heard. And then additionally, what's the one? There's like a 700-yard par 5 downhill. It's right off the river. It's not very far north of Wenatchee. It's probably 15 minutes drive.
Desert Canyon.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So I know there's there's a whole bunch of good choices. I hope we get to play one of them.
Talk about your foundation real quick. Does that brace that you have to wear on your ankle, does that affect your golf swing at all?
I mean, it makes it a little bit awkward, but you know, if I didn't use it, I would be limping around for 3 days. So essentially, my ankle is just like locked. I have no motion, right? Just very, very little. It's bone on bone. So this device displaces the pressure off your bad joint. Doesn't fix anything. It just lets you do things that you can't do without. So if I wear regular shoes, I'll never wear dress shoes the rest of my life. I wear black slippers to weddings and funerals at this point, you know, at least conform to that degree. But it's called Run Freely, RUNFREELY, runfreely.org. And people can look it up right now. It tells the whole story. We've had amazing help. I mean, I mentioned Jamal. We had Lenny Wilkins passed away just recently. We had Gary Payton, Steve Largent, Jerry Rice. That's a pretty good opening cast, right? And so I'm thinking we're going to have to like rent out Key Arena for 20,000 people, but it ended up at a high school. Steve Kerr has helped. Dale Earnhardt has helped. I'm like name dropping all the nice people that have either given time as a prize, like you get to meet so-and-so. Joe Montana helped, Mike Penix. And so we've done all these little events, and just every time we raise the next amount, I call up the guy in Gig Harbor, hey, we got the money again, who's in line? You know, we just keep doing it like that. And it's kind of fun running it because I put in time similar to this where, you know, you put the word out, somebody's going to listen to this, they're going to go to runfreely.org, they're going to read our story, and that's kind of the way we keep propelling the thing.
I, for one, am looking forward to May 9th. Sandy has asked me to be the master of ceremonies. I can't commit yet because of I don't know what may be happening in the world of television, but I'll do my very best to be there. A couple more questions and I'll cut you loose. You mentioned the podcast you do with Cooper and Brian and yourself, and then a fourth that whoever you can grab. Is there somebody who you really want on your podcast you haven't been able to get to agree to do it yet?
I think a great one would be LeBron James, because as you probably followed, he's taken up the game of golf and he's realized how damn hard it is. It's such a frustrating yet rewarding sport. You know, I play it mostly, it's just a great getaway. You get to put your phone down for 5 hours and you're with friends, and you know, but once you start to do it halfway okay, it's frustrating that you can't repeat that performance. Whereas like I can still throw a football, and you know, not as far as I once did, but you know, I'm playing catch. I'm never going to just throw the ball into the ground. That's not. I might be high, I might be low, it might be wobbly, but it's going to go toward the person I'm throwing to. Whereas golf, you can hit a great drive and the next shot goes 7 feet because it's hard to be consistent. But I love it. We celebrate what LeBron's going through right now. We celebrate that. We also get some top level players. We had Max Homa on. Michelle Wee was a guest. You know, we've had Bobby Flay. We've had a bunch of comedians. We just did Andy Richter yesterday. So we've had a blast with the people that have agreed to give us an hour, and they make a little show. We come out every Monday. It's by Smartless Media on Sirius, and it's been fun doing.
Kenny, I'm looking forward to seeing you on May 9th. If you need any arrangements getting up to Gamble Sands, it's not who you know, it's who I know. I could probably make a couple of phone calls. Can we get together again one more time, maybe early May, just to gild that lily a little bit more before the big event?
Absolutely. I'd be happy to, and I hope a bunch of people come out. So I'm glad people are already supporting it. Sandy showed me, he stuck my face on a billboard. That's kind of embarrassing, actually, but apparently he's going after it. He wants this thing to succeed. He's not great with technology, so he will not be in charge of the media, because the show requires picture, like here's me at age 3, here's me with my Cub Scout uniform, and Sandy will not be running the board. No. Let's just say that.
Sandy plays Guess Who on his 8-track player when he's at home not doing anything. That's the Coop that I know. Kenny, I'm going to check out, as soon as we're done with this interview, I'm going to go check out the podcast that you've been doing, and really looking forward to seeing you on May 9th. And we'll get together here in a couple of weeks and grease the palms a little bit more, all right?
All right, appreciate you. Thanks for supporting it.
Thanks, Kenny, and no 3 putts.
Never.
Never. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Mow, dig, haul, trench. The reliable Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor is highly capable. A smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation and versatile attachments that help you handle the job. The Kubota BX Series is the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
By the way, before we move on to wrap up this Thursday edition of the program, table sponsorships for the main event, the big wing game that Kenny and I were just talking about coming up on Saturday, May 9th at the Rec Center on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. Table sponsorships are still available, but not too many left. So get a hold of Sandy Cooprider, or if you just go to the Wenatchee Valley College website, their athletics website at Wenatchee Valley College, all the information that you need to know is there, including how to buy tickets, which is really the best way to get in. If you try to break into the place, they'll call the cops. You don't want that to happen. We have a little time. Let's check out some of the cameras around our area. There is the Wenatchee Heights camera on this beautiful Thursday morning. Temperature hasn't gone up any. It was 34 when this show started at 7 o'clock, if you're watching the live edition of this show anyway, and it's still at 34 degrees. And we're not going to get real warm today, but we will have lots of sunshine, so that's a trade-off I think we can handle. The Rondo Rock camera looking down the Columbia River towards the Wenatchee Valley. You can make out Rocky Reach Dam, Turtle Rock, Mission Ridge still has quite a bit of snow up there, so it's a beautiful view there from Lake Aniat. That's what happens when they build a dam and the original town of Aniat gets under 50 feet of water. They just build you a new town and they name the lake after you, the reservoir, if you will. Hay Canyon, high above Cashmere. You can see almost all of Cashmere from that view. That's pretty darn nice indeed. I don't know how muddy. I haven't been up the valley for a few days, so I don't know how muddy the Wenatchee River is. Right now, I did notice that the Methow River is a little on the silty side, flowing into the Columbia up in the Pateros area, but you can easily see that from the PTZ cameras. And, ooh, Two Rivers, always a favorite. The Two Rivers camera at the very top of Lake Wenatchee. Looks like the ice has all begun there. The Two Rivers are the Little Wenatchee and the White River. They flow in to make Lake Wenatchee. Of course, there's a lot of other little streams that fill up Lake Wenatchee, and then Lake Wenatchee becomes the Wenatchee River, which becomes the Columbia River, which becomes the Pacific Ocean, if my geography teacher was correct, and I'm pretty sure she was. She knew what she was talking about. From the National Weather Service, 50 degrees today, lots of sunshine, so it's going to be a little bit cooler, by about 10 degrees anyway than it was yesterday, but a lot of sunshine. We have had some cool air seep down from Canada. The high pressure is just off the coast. It spins around clockwise, so it does grab some of that cold air and siphon it down here, which is why it's a bit chilly. 32 for the overnight low tonight. Sunshine, you like it on Friday. We're going to be a little bit warmer because the days are getting longer. More radiant sunshine, so we'll get up to 55 on Friday. 36 for the overnight low on Friday night. Saturday, sunshine, 60 degrees. And we're back to above normal by Saturday. 37 for the overnight low on Saturday night. They were originally predicting perhaps a few clouds on Sunday. Now they say, no, it's going to be sunny most of the day. Good looking Saturday, good looking Sunday. With a high of 57, things get a little unsettled on Monday, but it's still, after all, early spring. That's it for us. If this show isn't canceled, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.